guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I thought I'd sit down and do my base makeup with you guys because I actually purchased the new Mary Phillips Underpainting face palette. So here's the packaging, and then here is the palette. Oh, come on. Just super sleek, basic, you know, it's kind of nice. It's just a really clean looking packaging, and then you get a mirror inside, but I'm going to cover that and then show you the inside palette. I actually watched was it Alana Davidson? That's terrible. I should know what her name is. I just know her as Alana. I watched her use this palette and I was like, oh, I was like, wait a minute, maybe I might like that. So I debated over it for a little bit because it seems to have like mixed reviews on Sephora. So some people were like, oh, I'm disappointed. And even in, I think, her comment section, people were like kind of mixed about it. Like some people were disappointed. They said it was more drying. I don't know. She seemed to really like it. And it looked really nice on her skin, and I know she is fair skinned. So I was like, you know what, let me try it. Let me see how it works. I don't know. So if you've been here a while, you know that I actually really enjoy like skin tints, tinted moisturizers. I don't like full coverage foundation, so I'm not really sure how this product is gonna work underneath. Today I'm going to use the Dewy Skin Tint because I really like it. I have, what else do I have? I do have the iconic London Super Smoother Blurring Skin Tint, but again, I have a lot of skin tints. And I do like a dewy look, so I've been using this quite frequently and I really like how it looks on my skin. So I thought I'd sit down and try it. I don't know how this is gonna go, but if you'd like to hang out with me and see what happens, then just keep watching. Oh man, you can really see the silvers right there. Whoa! Oh gosh. Anyway, it is what it is. Okay, sorry, I had a few little stragglers there that needed some attention. So I don't know if any of you have seen this palette. If you haven't used this palette, it does give you instructions on the back. It says how to use. Using the small brush end of the Mary Phillips dual-ended sculpting brush, which I do not have. Apply color corrector to brighten under the eyes or any discoloration on the face using the larger end of the brush. Apply contour to the desired areas of the face to add structure. Build and blend to desired intensity. Apply the cream highlight to brighten any desired areas of the face. Mary's pro tip: use the technique underneath your foundation. So, I mean, it seems pretty simple. If you haven't watched any videos, I have not. I only watched Alana's video. Like, I have not. So let's see how this goes. Let's see if this is a foolproof, user-friendly palette for the general masses of us that like makeup. So I have a variety of face brushes here that I like. This is one of the Beauty Bays. It's called the Contour Queen, and it was part of one of their rose gold collections. I really like this brush collection. I don't think they have it anymore. And then I have this, oh, what is this? This is Mitchell, Makeup by Mitchell. Is that what it is? I think so. But anyway, I got this brush from, I think it was like a free brush in a Beauty Bay package that I had purchased like forever ago. And then I have this Morphe E8 brush. So on the back it says Coral Corrector, Highlight, Highlight, Contour, Contour, Contour 1, Contour 2, Highlight 1, Highlight 2, and Color Corrector. So I'm going to go in with that Color Corrector underneath my eye. So I'm going to go ahead and go in with the Coral Corrector with this Morphe E2 brush. And you do get a mirror in here. Brush is very large and in charge. I don't think I have anything like a tad bit smaller, but I feel like this is what I always use. I don't know. So anyway. I mean, you can see how the darkness right here, you don't see it over here. Ooh, okay. I'm actually gonna put that on my eyelid. I don't know if you're supposed to, but I usually put my concealer there. So it's creamy. I'm just gonna pick a little bit up on my finger just because I stuck my finger in the palette and I'm like, oh, what do I do with it? It is creamy to the touch, but I feel like when it's applying, it's almost like powdery looking. I don't know. So this is odd for me to go backwards, but I'm just gonna go ahead and keep applying that to like the red areas. So I usually apply some concealer around my nose because I get really red right here. Center of my chinny chin chin. Looked like it corrected quite a bit of color there. I don't know if I like the mirror. Like, it's very long, you know. It's I don't know. I guess it's good for traveling if you're just looking at like specific spots. But I feel like I like a mirror to look at my whole face, not just right here. But I mean, I get it anyway. I think I want to go in with contour 1 here. It looks like it's just going to be a better shade for my skin tone, and I'm going to pick that up on that Beauty Bay Contour Queen brush. And then I don't know, like, because I don't know how much my foundation is going to cover this. So do I need to go like a little heavier? Like, in theory you would think I'd have to go a bit heavier because I'm going to put another color, like something over top, you know what I mean? So it's going to dull it a little bit. So let me just, I'm going to put this at the high points over here and then down my jawline. And I always bring a little bit of my contouring color down like my neck because I like everything to look cohesive. So you can see where I've placed it on all those areas of my skin. And then it says for the highlight, I don't know, I'm gonna take this brush and I'm gonna go in probably with this one here. What's that? Highlight 2. Oh, I should have told you what palette this is. This is the light palette. So I'm gonna take highlight 2 and I think I'm just gonna put that here in the areas that like I would put my highlight. So just the tops of my cheekbones and like down here on my cheek where I tend to get like a lot of, I don't want to say redness, but I tend to try to lighten that up a bit. I'm going to go down the center of my nose. Alright, all my Cupid's bow. Let me do a little bit right here in the center of my forehead. So now here's the real test. I'm going to take my MAC Strobe Dewy Skin Tint, and this is in light 1. I'm going to put that on the back of my hand. If you haven't seen the consistency of it, there it is. It's not like super runny, but it's got some movement to it. So I'm going to pick that up on, I really like this brush. This is a P. Louise F4 brush. So I pick up the product on my hand and then I kind of work it around my hand to work it into the brush a bit. And then that's how I apply my foundation. I don't know, I'm like slightly terrified because I'm like, what is this going to look like? Like, is it going to mix with the other colors? Like, I'm not used to, you know, when I apply my foundation, I just kind of go willy-nilly all over my face. So I imagine that's what I'm supposed to do, is just go willy-nilly all over my face. And I stipple it on, bring it down my neck, bring it onto my ears, and then all over my forehead. I usually do my eye a little bit, but I don't know. And then I usually take my sponge, pick up any excess stuff that's on my hand, kind of dab it around, and then I just go over my whole face. I don't know, what do you guys think? Like, compared to what it looked like, I mean, did it all nicely blend together? I don't know if it like blended away and I don't feel like I look like I have any contour. Am I supposed to go back in and do powders over top? I don't know. Let me let this sit for a minute and I'll be right back. Okay, so I just went ahead and did my eyebrows, and while I was doing my eyebrows, I was listening to one of Mary Phillips' TikTok videos, and she was showing, it was like the release video for this palette, and she was saying that it's like a one and done. Like, you do it and then you put your foundation on and you should be done. She said you can go back in and you can do another layer or apply it to make it more darker if you feel like you need to apply a little bit more. But then she was saying you can use this color here to do like a little bit of bronzing. I don't know how that color is going to look on my skin though. But she didn't say seal it with any powders or anything like that, face setting spray. Like, she didn't go into that aspect of it. Now here's the thing. Again, I am a general consumer of makeup. So this is me purchasing the palette, seeing it in the store, kind of watching a video and be like, oh, that interests me, right? That's what most people would do. And then most people would look to the package to be like, how do I use said product? Again, that is what I'm doing. I looked at the package, did what it said. I don't know how I feel about it. I feel like for me, when I use cream products, I tend to put powder products over top because I feel like the cream products don't last on my face. Does that make sense? Also, I have not set my under eye, so I feel like I need to do that as well. But I also kind of want to go in with this color like she said and go ahead and do a little bit of bronzing, if you will. But I'm just trying to figure out, I don't know, I just might use this brush and pick up, because it's not super dense, so it's not going to have way too much product in there. So I'm going to pick some of that product up on this brush. I'm going to kind of dab it on the back of my hand just to make sure it's not a crazy amount, and then I'm going to go in. But the thing is too, I don't have any blush on either. Oh, I don't know if I like that. To just kind of give like that bronzy, glowy effect, like she said. And I am picking up some of that product off my hand. So you could probably go heavier with the product before your foundation, but like she was saying, obviously you don't want to use a full coverage foundation anyway, because then you're going to cover it up. So you want something that kind of is lighter on the skin. I just don't know about that color. I like to put my bronzer or whatever, again, over my ear to make it look more connected. I think I need to get rid of this brush. I think some bristles are coming out. Let me go ahead and set my under eye. So I'm just going to go ahead and use my LYS translucent setting powder in Resilience. I love this setting powder. I think this is my second or third container I've gone through. And I'm just going to set under my eye. I'm going to set my eyes, because that has really creased where I put it on my eyelid. And then I think I need some blush. I think for my blush, I'm going to go ahead and use my Natasha Denona Hyper Natural Face Palette. I can never remember that. No, it's Hyper something. And I kind of just dab my brush in between both colors and then kind of tap it on my hand. And then just apply it for a nice flush of color. I put a little bit up here. I don't know, guys. I don't know if I like that bronzer color. I don't know what it is. So I'm gonna go ahead and set my face with my Morphe Luminous Setting Spray. So I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. I feel like I'm gonna have to wear it and see, you know, about the longevity of it. I don't know. I don't know that I feel like I look at my face right now and I'm like, ooh, my base makeup looks really nice. So I'll have to like pin a comment after I wear it for a while. I have to, you know, follow up down below and let you know. I don't know, maybe I'll come back. I want to go ahead and do my eye makeup, but that's going to be another video. So I'll try to pop back on and do a little snippet and let you know what I think. Okay, see you in a bit. Bye. Okay, so I've been wearing the makeup for about 2 hours now. It doesn't look bad. My face isn't sticky. I just don't think that bronze color suits me, because on the viewfinder when I'm looking at it, it's making me look a little more orange, like down through here, but it doesn't look like that in person. And I even went outside and like checked in the sunlight. I went in the bathroom and looked in that lighting, and I mean, everything seems okay. It just doesn't seem like, I don't know, I guess there's some like contour there. It's just not what I'm used to because it's not on the outer. So maybe I need to go in a bit more heavier with, you know, different areas. I think for the first time trying it out, I did enjoy, you know, the color corrector underneath, but I think I could probably go a little heavier with the highlight and then the contour, and then do the foundation again and see what it looks like. So I think if you do get it and you want to experiment with it, you're going to have to experiment with it. I think you're gonna have to play around and see how whatever foundation you have, how it applies over top. So if it's a new technique for you, as it, you know, was for me, I think I just need to play around with it a little bit. It seemed to blend okay with the foundation. It's not like it's like breaking up and moving or anything like that I notice. I think it's just, for me, I'm just accustomed to doing my foundation and then putting powders over top. Like I use powder bronzers, powder blushes. I do have some creams, but I feel like when I use creams, I have to set them with a powder, which to me kind of defeats the purpose. I feel like then I'm putting more products on my face. So I'm like, why even use a cream if I'm just gonna have to go back in with a powder? You know what I mean? It just seems like a lot of extra steps. So I don't know. I think I need to play around with it. I think, you know, cream products are a little more forgiving. Like even if you go a little heavier with it, I feel like cream products kind of settle in. I even like when I use my Salt New York face products, I feel like they tend to settle, and I have to go a bit heavier with those to get them to really kind of show on my skin. Does that make sense? So I don't know. I think that's quite a pricey palette. So if it's something that you're like, hey, I don't want to really spend the time on trying to work with this to try to get it to work, then maybe pass up on it. It was $68. I'm pretty sure it was $68. I mean, I had points, so I had money off, and I just chose to use those points to get the money off. But I think anybody buying this, it's quite pricey. I mean, there's quite a bit of product in there. I think it would last a while, but I think if you're going to buy it and you're going to spend that kind of money on it, then you should probably want to use it. You know what I mean? So anyway, that's my thoughts on that. I think I'm gonna have to keep playing around with it. I don't think it looked bad. I do like the color corrector in there. I just, for me, need to play around with it a bit more. So anyway, hope you guys enjoy my opinion on that. If you have the palette and you have any tips, just leave them below. Let me know, because, you know, I am being honest here. I am new to doing the underpainting. It piqued my curiosity, and I thought I'd play around with it, as I'm sure a lot of people probably would, walking into Sephora and seeing that product and being like, oh, what is this? So that's why I did this video. You know, I'm not an expert. I'm just on here playing around, having a good time. So if you have some tips or some tricks, just leave them below, and don't be all judgy and whatever, because there's no reason. Okay? So I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your evening, or the rest of your day or evening, or whenever you're watching this, and I hope all of you are happy, healthy, and well. Bye.